Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you guys? I hope you're doing great as always. In this video, we will learn about recount text. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Riyansyah Kusuma. I will be your presenter in this video. So, the table of contents. In this video, we will learn about what is recount text, the generic structure and the language feature, the example of recount text, and last is analyzing the structure. So, without further ado, let's get into it. The first, the definition of recount text. Recount text is a text which retells events or experiences in the past. So it's basically like this. If you have ever done something in your past, or maybe if you have experienced something, or maybe some events happen in your past, even if it's bad or happy or sad or anything, and you want to retell it to your friends, example, or maybe you want to share to someone, so that is recount text. The second, the generic structure and the language feature. Generic structure are the first, orientation. It gives the reader the background information needed to understand the text, such as who was involved, where it happened, and when it happened. So it's basically like the introduction of the first in the beginning of your story. So there's including the information about who is involved, maybe it is you, maybe your family, or maybe someone, and where it happened and when it happened. The second is event, a series of events ordered in a chronological sequence. So event is the core of your story, the main thing of your story. It tells what happened in the story that you want to tell it to people. The last is reorientation, a personal comment about the event or what happened in the end. So it's basically like summary or closing. Tells the people, the audience, about what you feel about the story that you tell to people. Language feature. Using the simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense. So because it is telling the past, so the tense is obviously using past tense. The third is the example of recount text. Here I have an example, a short story about recount text. Let me read it for you. Diving in Bunaken. Last year, I left New Zealand for Bunaken Island. I went there with a group of New Zealand divers. Getting there wasn't quite easy. Soon after our arrival at Bunaken, we got a general briefing. It included a description about how to take pictures underwater. Then we began our diving. In our diving, we saw a school of tiny fish. In order to identify them, we need a good guide. Without some knowledge of their habitat and behavior, it was difficult to identify. In summary, the trip was most enjoyable. This place is so impressive with its marine life. So here's the short story, the example of recount text. And then learn about how to analyze a recount text. As you may see, at the right side of the short story, there's clues about all the story's parts. The first paragraph is orientation because it includes about the person who is involved. It says the main character and the group of New Zealand divers, and also include the time, it is last year, and the place, of course, in Bunaken. The second paragraph and also the third paragraph is the event. It is the main story of this recount text. And the last, reorientation. The last tells the feeling of the person after visiting the Bunaken, if he enjoyed his trip or not. I think might be enough from me, and I hope this video can increase our knowledge in learning recount text. And last, I'll say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.